Mr. Barnes, we're good to go.
All right, I'm going to kick this rascal off then. Welcome to Oklahoma County Emergency Response Committee meeting of Monday, April 6th. Notice of the meeting was properly posted on April 2nd, 2020. And I'm going to do a roll call. If you would, tell me if you're present in the BOCC chambers or if you're joining us online. David Barnes is here and online. Mr. Matthews.
Here in the BOCC room.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Blau.
Present, video.
Thank you. Michael Taylor.
Present, BOCC room.
Thank you, sir. And Miles Davidson.
Present, BOCC.
Very good. Thank you all. All members are present. All right. Item number 1, discussion of possible action to set date, time, and place. Meeting will reconvene in the event we have technical challenges with this particular call that can't be corrected within a maximum of 30 minutes. Do I have any recommendations?
Tomorrow
Tuesday,
morning at
April
9
7th
a.m.
to 2:30.
I'm sorry.
Tuesday, April 7th at 2:30.
Tuesday, April 7th.
Morning.
Does that miss?
April 7th, 2:30. Is that good with everyone?
Well, hold on, there's other meetings going on throughout. Probably noon looks best. You got BET that starts at 10 a.m. and then another BET that starts at 1 p.m. both on tomorrow. So probably noon for this meeting if we were to get disconnected.
All right. Is that good with everyone?
Make it a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor of backup time for Tuesday, April 7th, 12 noon, should there be technical difficulty with this meeting? Barnes votes aye. Mr. Matthews?
Aye.
Aye. Joe Blau?
Aye.
Michael Taylor?
Aye.
Miles Davidson?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passed. Item number 2, approval of minutes of March 23rd, 2020.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor? Let's see. David Barnes is in favor. Mr. Matthews?
Aye.
Mr. Blau?
Aye.
Mr. Taylor?
Aye.
Mr. Davidson?
Aye.
Very good. Motion passed. Thank you all. Item number 3, discussion, review, and possible action regarding presentation from emergency management, health, and/or safety professionals. A motion to open that item.
So moved.
Motion and
Dave,
second. Yes, sir.
When we're on the agenda initially, we don't need a motion. You're good to go on all.
Very good. Here we go. Report from emergency management. Again, stay at home greatly reduces your chances of exposure, greatly reduces your chances of exposing others, and not heeding the stay-at-home guidance could cause additional restrictions to be implemented. President Trump's stay-at-home guidelines currently extend through April 30th. Excuse me. Oklahoma has been added to the list of states, now all 50 approved for a major disaster declaration, a federal declaration, and that includes all 77 counties in Oklahoma. This is currently a public assistance or PA category, providing funding for emergency protective measures and direct federal assistance for state and local governments as they respond to the COVID-19 emergency. Governor Stitt has requested some additional assistance to include crisis counseling, disaster unemployment assistance, and disaster legal services. And those remain under review by the White House. We don't have a definitive word on those additional items that have been requested, but the presidential major disaster declaration is in place. On the tallies, Oklahoma currently has 1,327 positive test results with 51 fatalities. Largest numbers are in Oklahoma County with 11, Cleveland County with 11, and Tulsa County with 8. We have documentation of 1,422 negative test results, not including private labs, and 340 persons have been hospitalized. We have positive cases in 57 of the 77 counties. Drive-through testing has been greatly expanded and now includes 66 locations in 66 counties. And the hours of operation and prerequisite requirements, if any, vary in locations. People are encouraged to check either the State Department of Health website to get additional information or contact their local city or county health department. For Oklahoma City County, the medical provider pre-screening is now optional, but an appointment is still required. There is a triage line through City County Health Department at 425-4489. And the hours for the Oklahoma County site are from Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And again, they emphasize do not show up without an appointment. Cleveland County Health Department has 2 sites. Those are by appointment only, and that starts tomorrow, April 7th. And phone numbers are available to contact the Cleveland County sites. Under the gubernatorial declaration of a catastrophic public health emergency that we've been talking about, legislature convened today and confirmed that declaration. It includes all 77 counties and still includes stay at home for the 65 and over and at risk, closure of non-essential businesses, no gatherings larger than 10, delay of elective surgery, minor medical procedures, non-medical dental procedures, and nursing homes and long-term care facilities are off limits to the general public. Governor's order for travelers from various states to self-quarantine for 14 days or the duration of their stay is still in place. And again, curfews have been implemented in some municipalities, although sporadic. The April 22nd projected peak date for Oklahoma still is still in place, and that comes from the Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation. I would add that is based on continued social distancing through the month of May, for the entire month of May. Oklahoma Department of Public Safety has suspended face-to-face services, and license expirations have been extended in several cases. Christy Jernigan Marshall at Oklahoma County Social Services is still engaged with Department of Human Services, some plans that they're working on, and she's going to keep you advised on that. Those have not been formalized, at least of the last gathering of notes. Oklahoma County has 265 positive tests with 10 fatalities. I believe that was updated to 11, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's correct. 11 fatalities in Oklahoma County. 13 positive cases at Tinker Air Force Base now, and restricted visitor guidance is in place. Oklahoma City County Health Department nurse hotline is 425-4489 for COVID-19, or COVID and the coronavirus information. State 24-hour hotline is 877-215-8336. Still working through issues with the alternative care homeless shelters, and the Homeless Alliance and multiple partners are working on that. And Christy is definitely engaged in those planning activities. And the alternative care site initiative, not the same as the homeless alternative care, that the Oklahoma Hospital Association and the National Guard are working through, is still an act. Let's see here, my note. Yeah, they're still working through that process, and we have not got an update on that. And the YMCA and Office of Management Enterprise Services is still partnering to provide transport for that purpose should be needed. OU, OSU, SNU, UCO, and Oklahoma Christian are working through various factors to provide sheltering originally intended for first responder and healthcare providers, although that may expand in some of those locations. Specifics will be coming forward. Personal protective equipment is still a significant issue. Limited resources provided through the Strategic National Stockpile. Oklahoma County Emergency Management implemented a point of distribution Friday and Saturday for some PPE resources for local first responders, and we also provided materials to 2 other counties. And that was in conjunction with the Oklahoma Office of Emergency Management. And that was based on resource requests that were vetted through the state office. We're currently working through plans to make that a more formal operation. Likely will have continued duration, and additional PPE will be provided through that site. Been working back and forth with the state office today on details in that regard, but it appears we're going to be making that happen. Still encouraging and participating in regional planning, and stay-at-home guidance is still in place. The internal to Oklahoma County government, ReadyOp, continue to be emphasized for registration, and we're still under an emergency declaration from March 25th in the VOCC. And based on a news story that I saw today during the lunch hour, the Oklahoma County Court Clerk's Office has put information out to the public regarding marriage licenses, requesting that they bring prepared paperwork to the county facility and that they make an appointment before they come for marriage license. Some notable points of information: the Oklahoma Medical Reserve Corps, or MRC, is soliciting medical and non-medical volunteers to help prepare for anticipated medical surge issues in Oklahoma. There's a variety of different opportunities available. Early volunteering should be emphasized, allows for proper registration and vetting of those personnel, and also for training. You can contact the Oklahoma Medical Reserve Corps at their website, okmrc.org, for more information or to volunteer. And again, you don't have to be medically trained to participate in those volunteers' opportunities. Warning signs are still consistent: trouble breathing, persistent pain or pressure in chest, new confusion or inability to arouse or awaken, bluish lip or face. Stay-at-home orders are in place in all but 9 states, and additional partial orders include multiple large metropolitan areas in many places. It's now affecting over 300 million people. PPE measures, personal protective measures, not PPE, remain consistent. That's the frequent hand washing, covering the cough or sneeze, social distancing 6 feet or more, and avoiding groups, and stay home, and restrict travel and exposure to absolute necessary. And the recommendation to open packages outside of the home or work area, disinfect and discard shipping materials without taking them in the workspace or in the home. American Red Cross and Oklahoma Blood Institute still encouraging people to donate blood if they're available. And we still have issues with false information and encourage avoidance of social media reports and information unless known to be credible sources. Encourage people to view statistics realistically and to be exercising caution in regard to the projection numbers we continue to see being put out from various entities, being caseload numbers and fatality statistics. Typically, those numbers are not only frustrating, but those entities are incapable of accurate predictions due to multiple dynamic factors. Do not let that hype affect you. We encourage everyone to take personal responsibility and practice prudent preventative measures. Unless there's discussion or questions, that concludes my report for today.
Receive report.
Motion to receive the report. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second. David Barnes says aye. Mr. Matthews?
Aye.
Mr. Blau?
Aye.
Mr. Taylor?
Aye.
Mr. Davison?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen. Item number 4, discussion, review, and possible action regarding presentation from BOCC departments. Can't see the audience area. Do we have any BOCC departments present that would like to make any presentations or provide information?
Mr. Barnes, this is Rich with MIS.
Excellent.
Everything is still working. Everything is still going great. We're fixing, as people need smaller items, pieces of equipment they may need. Our stores, what we have, we're able to give out. Mostly it's cables and small things like that, just to be able to keep everybody connected and get them connected once they're at home. Other than that, it's been business as usual.
Very good. Thank you for being here and for the report. Any questions for Mr. Rich?
Mr. Chairman, I got a text
Yes, sir.
message from Mr. Billingsley. And
Okay.
County count is 1,238. We stay at 232 for DOC. Municipal clicked up to 4. But our total actually dropped. We're at 1474. As of today, where last Friday we were 1489. I can tell you that the DOC is something that we are currently working on and trying to figure out a way to move those individuals out of our building and either to offsite or into DOC custody. Mr. Williams, with his former connections with DOC, is being a tremendous help with that. And we reached out to some other people to see if they can also provide some help with that. On another front, I spoke with CRG, which is Community Resource Group, which provides the testing for drug courts. They are willing to move to the first floor. They do not have satellite locations other than this one. The only other location they have is on Meridian and Reno, and they do their employment testing at that location. The individual that oversees the state of Oklahoma is amenable to doing whatever they can to ensure that the social distancing is met county building, and are willing to move to the first floor if that the first floor restrooms will need a lock on them, so only the drug testing can use. That would also require us notifying those individuals that are in the building that those restrooms would no longer be available, that they would have to go to the second or fifth floor, I guess. They are willing to move all their stuff down and said that they could probably do it within a day if we're able to move them to the first floor. Keith, you got any thoughts? Get up here. Put your mask on, please.
It has some discussion with them about the square footage necessary to accommodate their offices.
Yeah, they're aware. 103B, the one that they kept referencing, they are aware of how small it is. They do believe that they can operate within that office space. They don't need very much. What they need is the ability to print off barcodes and have a place to set up a computer and do scheduling, et cetera. That's it. It's pretty minimal.
Is that, I'm not familiar with 103, is that
I think
where
that's,
Steve Satterwhite used to office?
no, in ICB.
Okay.
No.
All right, everything in ICB, not here.
Yeah, Chad Moody.
Okay.
So,
Free advertising. But that's that would be the location that they were looking at over. So, but that would require locking the bathrooms and notifying those individuals that currently use those restrooms that they'd have to go to the second floor. So.
All right.
Miles,
Yes, sir.
so I can't take credit for this. Mr. Compton had a thought. We could also utilize that empty space on the first floor as a waiting area for people to check in, and then they could just go ahead and go up to the fifth floor as usual.
Yeah, that could.
So as one's done, they were ready for another and send them
No, I like that. The only thing I'm concerned about there is if they have the manpower to do two spots at once. I don't know what their manpower looks like in the current location. I mean, to me, that would mean you'd have to have, I guess they could escort each individual up.
Right.
or you have one person down there and
Yeah.
they receive a call and they can tell the person that's first in line down there, hey, go ahead and get on the elevator and go up to 5, good to go. And they're not, the 5, they can go right in the restroom, they're not having to wait in the hall.
Yeah. That may work as well.
I think-
just if that's, I mean, I like that they wouldn't even have to do that. I mean, if that we could pull off, and they're willing, the company is willing to do whatever it takes. They understand how it is next to impossible to do any sort of social distancing when it comes to that confined area and the amount of tests that they're running through in a day. They have done the tape and they've done the little things that they can. But again, with the amount of people that ebb and flow into that little tight spot, sometimes that 6 foot is just inconceivable.
If the weather is good, rather than allow them to congregate on the first floor, should they not simply be located outside the building. Some of our tenants on the first floor may have some issues or problems with any accumulation of people on the first floor.
Well, I think anything's on the table. Anything that we can come up with is certainly on the table.
I think the idea of escorting them, from what I've seen, escorting them periodically up to the fifth floor and out might make more sense.
That's fine with me if they were to stand on the north side of or the east side of the building and check in, and they could just call their name or something. Yeah, I think that would work well as it possibly could. It's just Keith, if you would speak with them today and see if that's something that they could do, if they're amenable to doing that, let's implement it as quick as possible. And I just think for the safety of our employees and for the safety of those individuals doing the test and testing, I think it's imperative that we do something with that issue, because that's our own, as I see it, that's really our only issue, right, in the buildings. And that's something that we weren't really aware of until last week, and whatever we can do to jump that hurdle. And I'd appreciate you doing that, so. That's all I got, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I appreciate you pursuing those details in those two different directions. Any further discussion on the topic of the drug testing and the information from Grant?
I did get an email or a text message from John Wilkerson that said everything is continuing to go well in benefits and retirement, and they're taking care of all their customers.
Good. Any other reports from BOCC departments?
Motion to receive reports.
Second.
Got a motion to second. David Barnes, aye. Mr. Matthews?
Aye.
Mr. Blau?
Aye.
Mr. Taylor?
Aye.
And Mr. Davidson?
Aye.
Very good. Thank you all. Motion passed. Item number 5, discussion, review, and possible action regarding presentation from facilities management. Mr. Monroe, any additional information, sir?
Yes, just one other item here. Due to the lack of masks, we are asking our janitorial crew, who normally cleans in the daytime in individual suites and offices, to discontinue that for the short term. We'll be asking for those people whose offices are cleaned during the day to themselves take their trash, put it in the hallway so that it can be collected and disposed of at the end of the business day. This protects not only those occupants in those inner small offices, but also our janitorial staff as well.
Mr. Monroe? Keith?
Yes,
Has an email to that effect gone out to everyone?
it will, as shortly as this meeting is over with. We had
Thank
a
you.
discussion.
Thank you.
You had a discussion.
Anything else, Keith?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right. Any further discussion or questions for Mr. Monroe?
No, sir. Motion to receive report.
Second.
Got a motion second. David Barnes votes aye. Mr. Matthews?
Aye.
Mr. Blau?
Aye.
Mr. Taylor?
Aye.
And Mr. Davidson?
Aye.
Very good. Motion passed. Thank you. Item number 6, discussion, review, and possible action regarding presentations from Oklahoma County Clerk, Oklahoma County Court Clerk, Oklahoma County Treasurer, Oklahoma County Sheriff, or Oklahoma County Assessor. Are any of those offices represented and would like to present?
None in the room.
Anyone have email messages or other correspondence that could be used in a report here?
No.
All right. I'll say no action required on item number 6. Item number 7, discussion possible action, determine next meeting date and time.
So, Mr. Chairman,
Sir,
how about, as we've been doing, set a regular scheduled meeting for sometime next week and then recess this meeting. Do you want to keep it on a Monday?
Keep it on a
Mondays are
Wednesday.
good for me personally.
Oh, okay.
Everybody good with Monday?
The clerk
Monday
is
at noon?
2 or noon. Noon works.
What time do we end up with? I heard a couple of different times.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Noon
Noon? Monday,
Noon.
April 13th at noon?
for the next regular meeting. Yes, that would be my
Okay.
motion.
Okay.
Second.
Was that a motion and a second that I heard?
Yes.
Okay. David Barnes votes aye. Mr. Matthews?
Aye.
Mr. Blau?
Aye.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
And Mr. Davison?
Aye.
All right, motion passed. Next Monday, the 13th of April at noon for the next regularly scheduled meeting. I failed to mention we had 79 people come through the front doors that ran scans on Friday the 3rd and 30 prisoner transports. So those numbers are staying average in the visitors and down a little bit on the prisoner side. Any further discussion?
No, sir. Motion to recess until Tuesday, April 7th at 2:30 in the BOCC room. It's all kind of contingent on the BET that we've got at 1 o'clock and how much we're actually able to accomplish. Cody, do you have any thoughts, ideas? Yeah, the 10 o'clock is going to be,
Like you were talking earlier, you could do this one at noon, and that would give for the person.
Cody's suggesting that maybe noon would be better with the bracketed BET meetings that are occurring at 10 a.m. and 1.
All right, I'll second that.
Okay.
So the motion would be tomorrow at noon.
Got a motion and a second to recess until Tuesday, April 7th at noon. Mr. Barnes, aye. Mr. Matthews?
Aye.
Mr. Blau?
Aye.
Mr. Taylor?
Aye.
And Mr. Davison?
Aye.
Very good. Thank everyone for the participation. We are in recess until April 7th, Tuesday at 12 noon. Appreciate it.
Thank you.